finely tuned machine. My words, of course, but he does take pride in his off-court conditioning. Think Jerry Rice. He actually wants to help athletes over 30 to get contracts. He says there's no reason why they shouldn't get paid just because they're too old. So age just a number for this guy. But let's get him some rest. 7 sets of back-to-backs by the end of February.
Radmanovic starts it off with a 3 for the Lakers. Thank you, Patrick O'Neal. So there, I thought Sashi was the only machine on this team. Derek Fisher, a finely tuned machine.
Well, if you're an athlete, you like to look at yourself as a finely tuned machine, although there are some that are out of shape, so their machine needs to be oiled quite a bit.
Kind of like the Tin Man. So the Lakers up by a point. Dwayne Wade, the league's leading scorer, with the first bucket of the game for the Miami Heat. And Wade starts on Kobe. Andrew Bynum slips off that pick out top, and Andrew Bynum gives Kobe an assist. 5-2 Lakers. And the Lakers played catch-up, Stu. We talked about it in the pregame, the entire game in Miami.
Well, and, a lot of what the Lakers did in Miami, when they came out of the locker room, I talked about no passion, and they were so careless. They turned the ball over, and that's just not something you can do in the NBA. You've got to be very secure with the basketball.
Shot clock is deep on Chalmers on the lean, and the air ball goes over to Radmanovic. And he gave it to a guard, Andrew Bynum, who throws it away. Why did Radmanovic give it to him to begin with? And it'll be Chalmers on the putback. Kept alive by Radmanovic, picked up by Fish, so they're not burned on the turnover.
Just as I was talking about carelessness, the errant pass that Dwayne Wade picked up.
It'll be Andrew Bynum from Pau Gasol, and Pau took a shot to the chops. Sean Merriam got him at the end of the play. Yep. 7-2 Lakers.
Invest in a mouthpiece.
You're tough, man.
Seriously, there's going to be cases where you get slapped upside the head.
Good point, though. I'm surprised more guys don't go with it. I know Haslam uses one because he's always chewing on it.
There's quite a few players that use it.
Sean Marion got away from Radmanovic to his strong side, just curled into the paint. 7-4 Lakers by 3. And Pau Gasol had it blocked from behind, almost like he lost the handle when he was going up with it anyway. But Anthony did get a piece of it.
Well, he caught it so late. I think he had a hard time finding where he was on the floor.
Kept alive by Anthony. Picked up by Gasol on the Marion miss. So Miami starts 2 for 7. And too strong. Fish. It's kept away by Dwayne Wade as Miami maintains possession. The Lakers begin the game 3 for 5 after the miss.
Well, this is the end of the floor that I'm very curious about because they've got a lot left in their defensive tank since they didn't play any defense in the last game. So there's a lot left for the Lakers to show tonight.
The Lakers giving up just about 99 points a game. Right in the middle of the pack. 16 out of 30 teams. Pau Gasol from Kobe. Way long, and Marion will clear it out. So
as soon as that one left his hand, you could tell it was going to be well off the mark. It was so strong.
Chalmers got inside. And it'll be a loose ball foul on Anthony coming over the back of Andrew Bynum. So Anthony with the first, but they've got two guys at that position. And I mentioned it at the pregame show when we were talking about it, Stu. McGlure will come off the bench for them. 9th-year guy out of Kentucky. Anthony, the athletic one, McGlure, the thicker of the two.
And, they go small once in a while. They can run Haslam in that position if they decide they want to force tempo and run into a real double-team situation.
Nice pivot. Andrew Bynum. Kobe gets the assist again, and Kobe coming off a season-high 13. His career-best 15. He's got 2 early assists, both going to Andrew Bynum.
And the Lakers go up by 3 despite Kobe not taking the field goal attempt yet.
Kobe jumping that pass. Did a good job denying Dwayne Wade. Anthony right around Andrew Bynum.
Nice up and under. He got Andrew off his feet with the up move and then kept his pivot foot anchored, stepped through, and got an easy one. Nice job.
It'll be a foul on Chalmers. Anthony, by the way, was not drafted out of UNLV. He's in his 2nd season.
Just subtle fakes sometimes will get the job done, as he has it on Andrew and just up. Ooh, Andrew out of position. Nice job by Anthony. He acted like he knew what he was doing on that play. Was that an accident?
Are you presuming?
No, I try not to presume, but he really acted like he knew what he was doing.
Kelly was known for his defense in college, Joel Anthony. Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year in 2007. On the dive, Gasol lost it, and off his foot, loses it again. Double jeopardy. It goes back on the turnover. Lakers by a point. When you talk about the turnovers, out of the locker room, they weren't ready for that game in Miami. They trailed the entire contest. Yeah. They didn't get to 90 for the only time this game. or this season, because they lost in that game 89-87.
It was just, I thought from the very beginning that, my concern was, are they really mentally ready to play this game? And obviously they weren't, and it cost them. So let's see if they are into redemption at all.
Sean Marion thought he'd take him off the dribble up against Radmanovic. Now 10 on the shot clock for Chalmers. And it's off Radmanovic out of bounds with 6 on the shot clock.
Well, Derek Fisher does a great job of tipping the ball from behind. And unfortunately for the Lakers, it goes off of Radmanovic's shin. So there's 6 left, and that's quite a bit of time for Dwayne Wade.
The Heat come in healthy. They've got everybody. The Lakers still missing 3. Luke Walton, Jordan Farmar, and with the shot clock down, if that goes, I'm leaving the building. Dwayne Wade.
Well, way to say that after he missed. I wanted you to say that beforehand.
Yeah, really.
It's like how nervous you would have been.
I'm walking home. You saw another turnover. No, it'll be picked up. Pau Gasol leaving it off for Andrew Bynum. And a couple of free throws coming up for Andrew. And a nice pass by Pau Gasol.
Yeah, very nice pass. And Andrew showing some soft hands. Catches it, gets fouled while in the act of shooting. So Andrew will go to the line, shoot the first 2 free throws of the ball game for either club. Good recognition by Powell. Andrew perfect from the field. Makes the first of 2, so let's see what he can do.
He has him a guy they can't afford to lose. 11-9 a game. And once again, it is telecast tonight on AFN. Our telecast going to the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces, serving in 177 countries. And aboard ships at sea, they're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, Japan. And thank you for the freedom we enjoyed tonight in Southern California. Thanks to everybody in our armed forces. 11-8. Lakers get it back on the offensive foul. Chalmers picks up his second.
And that's going to send him to the sideline. Chalmers has a couple of words with the official asking what he did and why he got the call. And officials, as long as you ask them nicely, they'll give you an explanation. But if you get in their face and try to be too verbally abusive, don't expect them to give you any kind of response other than that signal.
Especially if you're a rookie. And he is from Kansas. Kobe, the 3. Boy, that shot looks so good. And he says he's shooting it. He knows he's feeling it better in that stroke since the finals last year.
I mean, you could just tell by the arc on his shot of late. He's using a nice arc on his shot.
Pass off Gasol, picked up by Radmanovic. He's got Kobe leaking out early. Bynum on the trail behind the back. Andrew Bynum throwing it down. Kobe found him.
Well, I'll tell you something. If they talked about Andrew not being active, Andrew was active tonight. You see him sprint the floor. Big fella smelled 2 at the end of that one. And when big smell 2, they will run. That was some sprint by Andrew. And what a pass from Kobe as he sets it up perfectly on the turnover. The Lakers go up by 8. Radmanovic give it up to Kobe. Kobe, who you see? I see the big fella. Big fella sees the rim. Flush it down, Andrew. And the finish, Andrew leading all scorers with 10, and he's perfect from the field.
I like the 6 for 6. You were just talking about Kobe. 3 of the 6 assists, and the Lakers 6 assists on 6 makes early. So they've had 2/3 of their shots, 36% shooting over the first, just about 6 minutes into the first for Miami. And they've already got Chalmers out. Daquan Cook is coming to the game a couple of minutes ago due to the foul situation. Wade matching up with Kobe. And setting up the bunny hop and a air ball from Marion in that unique release.
You say unique?
Kobe wanted to go to Drew. Starts it over with 15 on the shot clock. Pau Gasol behind the wall. The great wall of Bynum. And it's picked up by Haslam on the miss.
Well, a couple of easy misses or easy shots that Powell has missed to start this game. Normally very consistent from that area.
Good face-up game for Haslam. But the close by Andrew Bynum.
When you get somebody that long closing on you, it'll make you think about it a little bit.
Kobe waiting for Andrew. Plenty of time on the shot clock. And Gasol had it knocked away. A loose ball foul. It was tapped away by Daquan Cook.
Kobe picks up the foul. A lot of congestion that time as Powell tried to create something for a teammate. He gets into the paint, and as he's picking it up to make the pass, they tipped it out of his hands.
Well, the Lakers 3 early turnovers, but we've seen them pick up early turnovers where they shut it down, and they clean it up in the second half. And I mentioned that because they're much better than they were just a few weeks ago. They're 12th in the league now, 14 on average. Michael Beasley, second overall pick, working against Pau Gasol. And that's one thing he can do. He gets the shot off and set it up well with the little crossover to create space.
Yeah, well, let's see what he does on this end. And the Lakers go right to Pau.
Dish. And it's a reach and a foul. That'll be the 4th team foul on Miami. It'll be called on Dwayne Wade.
Now both Kobe and Dwayne each have a personal foul, and that's interesting when they, it's rare that you get two superstars like this that guard one another, and that's what really I pay to see. I haven't paid, so I don't get to look at it. But fans like to see it when you talk about a matchup.
Andrew Bynum, little high-low action. Gasol couldn't handle it. 4th turnover. Andrew, I'd love to see him shoot that too, because he's been so good from the free throw line, and that was just inside it.
And when he got ready to pass it, because he passed it, I thought it was going to be a 3-second violation. He should have taken the shot.
Beasley to his strong side, scoops, and the length of Pau Gasol. Kobe with the tap. How sweet was that? Backdoor on Monovich. He'll put it in. Not exactly a slam, but it works, and Kobe did it all.
Kobe tipped that one away. Dwayne Wade had his sights on it. The radar was in effect. He was tracking it down, and all of a sudden, it wasn't there.
So the Lakers now 8 minutes in, 8-point lead. Daquan Cook can shoot. That's one thing he can do.
So can this guy.
And Beasley will rack it up over Pau Gasol. So Michael Beasley, 1 year at Kansas State. 6'9", 235 pounds. Gasol. It's working that way early, unfortunately, for him.
You're right. He's having one of those kind of nights, but that's where I would go. I'd go straight to Pau, let him set the table. That last play I talked about with Kobe tipping it to himself, and then the lob pass to Radmanovich. 2 very good plays on the same trip down.
And so often a guy tips it, and it's over his head, even out of bounds. Kobe directed it and softly tapped it to himself like a good pass.
See if Pau can get the lid off. He hasn't made a field goal yet in his 3 attempts.
Hit 21 and 11 last game, Stu, playing 42 minutes, and that's off 33 and 18. The night before, up in Oakland.
Well, he had a day off yesterday. He's all right.
As Gasol gets both free throws. Lakers back up by 8 and 20 on the board already. Let's see if they can keep it up defensively. 37.5% shooting for Miami.
Well, one of the keys, I think, is keeping Kobe out of foul trouble. Because when Kobe sees another, real good offensive player coming into the game, he takes the challenge.
Wade on the run. Daquan took a long one. He can fill it up. 3-pointer for the young man from Ohio State in his 2nd season. First-round pick for the Sixers last year, 21st overall. Came over in a deal for the big man, Jason Smith, out of Colorado State, as it's thrown away. That's the one negative for the Lakers. 5 turnovers already, and points quickly. Merriam on the dunk. And from 8, it's down to 3 in too big a hurry.
And that's what happens with a turnover. A missed shot, turnovers, and look what happens.
So the Lakers by only 3 at 20-17. Andrew Bynum's got to get out of there, or at least go up. And a little step through. He's drawn the foul.
And as I expected, they've gone small. They put Haslam on Andrew. And that just increases the tempo quite a bit. Makes them more active defensively. Lakers lead it by 3. 2:48 to go in the first. As Miami taking advantage of turnovers. Kobe turns it over, and Dwayne Wade turns it into 2 in a hurry.
Got to clean it up. 21 turnovers in their first matchup with Miami, and they've already got 5 tonight with 2:48 to play in the opening 12. So we head back downstairs to Patrick O'Neill. Patrick.
It's a good day for Kobe Bryant, having grown up in Philadelphia, Lower Marion High School, always been an Eagles fan. In fact, he has an Eagles shirt proudly displayed for over a week at his locker, and the Eagles knock off the defending champion New York Giants today, Lamar Odom's team. You better believe that Kobe has already let Lamar hear about it. Trash talk started last week. Kobe said Lamar was a flopper, like the Giants, then the Jets or the Falcons. Said he flops more than Sasha. All in good fun, of course. But, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, and that locker room is going to be purple, gold, and a lot of green.
All right, Patrick. Yeah, they say it's in good fun. But when it comes to your hometown team, they take it seriously.
Yeah,
especially Kobe with the Eagles. 5-point Laker lead. 22-17. And Dwayne Wade getting to the cup. So Dwayne Wade starts the contest 2 for 4. He's got 2 assists. He's a guy that averages. As Andrew Bynum got away momentarily from Magloire. Trevor Ariza and Sasha in, and Ariza real short on that attempt. Picked up by Jamal Magloire.
Well, one thing Dwayne Wade does is he executes the high screen and roll as well as anybody as far as splitting the two and getting to the paint.
And out, and Cook coming up short as Ariza will keep it away from James Jones. Played with the Blazers last year, and he's only in for the second game this season. He just returned, barely played in the last one. Had sack on Friday night. Kobe, Josh Powell out there and deserves to be out there with the left hand. He thought he was hit.
I think Dwayne Wade got a piece of it from behind. Good job by Josh trying to use his off hand.
Dwayne Wade going to the line, looking for the three-point play. Nobody stopped the ball, and Wade recognized that about 30 feet away.
And that's what I talked about with Dwayne. I mean, you have to have everybody on the same page because nobody in the league can get into the, weave their way to the basket quite as effectively as Dwayne Wade. He's got good crossover tendencies, change of pace, protects the ball, good finisher. He's got a three-point opportunity here to tie this ball game.
Foul called on Trevor Ariza. So the Lakers up by as many as 8, 16-8, 20-12. And now Dwayne Wade can't tie it at 22. So a 9-2 spurt for the Heat over the last 90 seconds. The only team that has been able to hold the Lakers below 90 this season. That 89-87 win for Miami back on December 19th. The double on Kobe. And travel called on Trevor Ariza. Didn't put it down. Took a run before he put the ball down against Dwayne Wade.
And one of the things that we try to teach players around the perimeter is if you've made up your mind that you're going to make that kind of a move, just drop the ball. As soon as it's leaving your hand, you can do anything you want with your feet, but the ball has to be out of your hand.
Sasha has Wade now off the pick. He'll go over to a wide open Daquan Cook. And it's Sasha up to Ariza, who, like Kobe, tipped it to himself, and now weaving his way to the cup. It'll be kept alive by Ariza. Man, he'll go to the line to shoot 2. He was hammered by Cook and a couple of others, but it should be. And they'll call it on James Jones.
Well, you heard me say no. You just can't throw a pass 40 feet when it's floating in the air unless there's nobody in the neighborhood. There were a couple of Heat players as Trevor finally gets it and then gets fouled, so he'll shoot 2. But Lakers dodged a turnover bullet on that play.
Well, 6 turnovers already compared to 2 for Miami. And Trevor Ariza misses the first of 2. How'd you like a pair of tickets to an upcoming Lakers home game? Courtesy of Verizon Wireless. To enter, text Lakers to 66196. By the end of this evening's game, 1 winner per game, and the sweepstakes open to residents of L.A., Ventura, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. You have to be 18, and you can go to the website for all the rules. And when you get to the free throw line, capitalize. He misses both. So an opportunity for Miami to take the lead in the final minute of the first quarter. First 6 minutes, great for the Lakers. The last 6 minutes, real sloppy. And Beasley, a little bit flat, can't give it to him.
He had a good look again. I mean, they're running their sets. They're getting what they want. See how they're doubling Kobe up?
Wants it right back, and he'll get a good ball from him. Josh Powell gives Kobe the assist. Boy, was that quick, those touches. 24-21 Lakers by 3, 38.6 to play in the first.
He sees Dwayne Wade shed Kobe. Took his jersey right in front of the official.
A couple of teammates in Beijing over the summer winning gold. James Jones, that's his game. Not exactly. But he is a spacer. And the Lakers will play for the final shot. A few tenths of a second. The difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Let's see how fast they run the second defender to Kobe.
He's got Cook on him now. And will they get another guy out there? Sasha's spacing, and on the run out, good idea. It pays off. 26-21. We've mentioned that a few times on the flyby.
Nice job by Sasha. He normally will take that shot regardless. That time, recognized defender running right at him. Little up fake, couple of dribbles in closer, knocked down a deuce. The Lakers end the quarter with a 5-point advantage, shooting 56% to only 42% for the Heat.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday, back at home And Sunday, a rare Sunday off. Instead, Martin Luther King Day and a Monday matchup with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Lakers come out with Fish, Ariza, Gasol, Sasha Vujacic, and Josh Powell.
Well, when you look at the lineup that both teams have on, especially the Heat, Beasley's they're going to be their offensive go-to guy as he picks up a foul after having the ball knocked out of his hands. But now is when you really got to hone in defensively. Take advantage of Dwayne Wade not being on the floor, because I'm sure that's the same thing that Eric Spoelstra has said about the Lakers. Got to take advantage while Kobe is on the bench as well.
Yeah, and that was a good sequence right there defensively. Josh Powell just staying in front and frustrating Michael Beasley, who picked up the loose ball foul. It'll be Sasha on the run. Josh Powell, another offensive rebound and a reset for the Lakers.
And that's just what he does. He can get some offensive rebounds, give him some time on the floor.
Trevor on the curl. And Fish set him up, but Josh was in there for a half hour. So 3-second violation is the 7th turnover early on the Lakers.
And that's one way you get offensive rebounds is if you camp out in the paint.
And nobody detects
if you don't get caught, you won't be able to get in a good position to get an offensive rebound.
Well, good news, bone bruise in the right knee for Lamar Odom, but he was shooting at practice yesterday, and he has said he is going to be on the flight, the charter tomorrow, on the trip for the Lakers to Houston and San Antonio. That's a positive.
Well, I'm going to be on the flight too, but I'm not playing.
Well, we didn't ask you to suit up. Lamar needs to suit up.
I don't think he'll suit up.
Banging it into McGlure. So the dribble penetration, McGlure in tight quarters, 26-23 with his first basket of the game.
Does Powell set the table for everybody now?
Trevor's trying to get to Powell. Angle was taken away. Step back, Josh Powell. And Josh Powell continues to be real impressive with his stroke. That's about 18 feet away as Josh Powell's got a couple off the bench. Buckets.
That's about his limit, too, as far as range is concerned. But he looked awfully good on that one. His stroke pretty.
Chris Quinn has just come into the game to start the quarter. Beasley with the brick. And I bring up Quinn because he's like Cook. Guys that shoot right around 40% from three-point range. They're fronting Josh Powell out of the play.
Nice slip.
Pau Gasol right back at him. And why not? Josh Powell on the dunk. They vacated the premises.
Good recognition, though, by Powell. Got his own rebound and then just hesitated just long enough to find Josh Powell.
The Lakers start the game with 10 assists on 11 makes. Fish saves it, and it's out of bounds. It'll belong with 9:44 to play to Miami on a reset of the shot clock.
Definitely control by Fish after he tipped it. He got control throwing it back in. But Trevor and Pau Gasol were not alert enough to come up with the ball.
You saw that total. The Lakers lead the league in total rebounds. Number one in the NBA at about 45 a game. That was hot. Now Sasha trying to track Cook. The shooter penetrates. And a good job off the glass by Daquan Cook, the former Ohio State Buckeye.
Powell has to make a play on that one. You can't stay down. You have to try to block that one. If for no other reason, to make him try to think about it, maybe alter his shot.
Fish hit by Beasley, who's just got his third. So Michael Beasley headed over to the bench. He's done for the half with 9:06 to play, and Sean Marion will be checking in.
Well, what they give up on the perimeter game, because Beasley a better perimeter shooter, they pick up on slashing and defense and rebounding in Sean Marion.
So Pau Gasol with about 10 on the shot clock. The face-up game against McGlure. Want to put a little jump hook with the left hand, real short, picked up by Marion. This is his game, of course. He wants to get in transition. Didn't have numbers though. And you got to get out on quick. A break for the Lakers. And the long rebound to McGlure on the long shot. Marion spins and athletically. He got it over Gasol real quickly. So back down from 7-3, 30-27. Lakers just can't find a lot of breathing room against this team.
Can't find any consistency on either end right now.
Pau Gasol kept it alive. And good job by Gasol. Second chance opportunity for the Lakers. Trevor Ariza waiting for it patiently, and it pays off. Sasha with a good, and it had to be a bullet because James Jones was in the neighborhood.
Yeah, if you don't throw a bullet on that one, it's going to be Fish. They were getting ready to call a timeout. Fish dove in for the steal and picks up the foul. But we have the timeout that they wanted. 8:09 to play here in the half. And the Lakers lead it 32-27. When we return, we'll talk about the ups and downs of that man, Dwayne Wade. More ups than downs.
Marquette, the MVP, second team All-NBA 3 years ago. The gold over the summer. A lot in a very short period of time. What an accomplishment.
And as we talk about him, he comes back into the ball game. So they know they need him. They need his 29 points per ball game. As you talked about, leads the league. Kobe just a shade behind LeBron.
Well, the Lakers, when they met the Heat last year, February 18th here at Staples Center, Lakers dominated, won at 106-88 as Marion off the kick finds the handle. Dwayne Wade, though, was held to 18 points, and I say held because that's what the Lakers need to do tonight as he comes off the bench and fills it up from three-point range. 32-30, Lakers by a couple, and Dwayne Wade with his fourth basket of the game and his sixth try already has 9.
But he's just so confident what he can do.
Good pass by Sasha again for the high percentage one for Josh Powell.
Now that was one of the better moves I've seen Sasha make in his career. He comes off of the screen without the ball, catches it, then up fakes, brings the secondary defender to him and makes the play. That's a heads-up play.
His second assist of the game. Wade over the shoulder, creating contact with Josh Powell, and he'll earn a couple of free throws. He gets to the paint almost whenever he wants to, it seems.
Well, I talk about leveling players off, but that high screen and roll is very difficult to level off any players. You generally level them off when you're man on man by yourself. But when that screen comes into play, then it becomes difficult. That's where the guy guarding the screener has to play a major part in keeping him from turning the corner.
On an off night, and you mentioned at the very top of the telecast, if he's off, it's really tough for the Heat to recover because not only is he leading the league in scoring, he's 9th in assists, as you see, with 7. He's 3rd in the league in steals. So every night he's filling up the box for the Miami Heat because there are areas they definitely lack in. And Sasha, good job because of the pressure. He deflected, keep it alive. Josh Powell free again out there and way out there that time.
He was so free, he could have taken a dribble and moved in a foot or two and had a 15-footer.
It's a 2-point Laker lead at 34-32, and they truly have played in spurts tonight as Wade ties it up. So Trevor Ariza on him, but after he ran at Ariza, a little step back, and he had plenty of space.
Well, what he does with that speed of his is he just drives the defender back, and then he has the space that he wants.
Ariza walking for the second time. He didn't like the call.
You just got to slow yourself down a little bit. Sometimes players get a little bit too anxious. Slow down, read the defense, make the play.
Miami is yet to lead. Looks for their first now. Tied at 34. And forms off a turnover. Marion trying to get to it. And out of bounds. It looked like it was off the foot of Josh Powell as he went over the first row.
That was some play, though. Both players hustling for the ball. Sean Marion, it went right between Josh Powell's legs.
Didn't touch it.
Field goal.
Heat with a fresh shot clock. And Wade with a good look on the baseline. Well timed. Jamal McGlure, another to put a body on him. Andrew Bynum back into the game. So a real lull now for the Lakers with Kobe on the bench. For the opening 6 minutes of the second quarter.
Well, Kobe's up now. He's getting ready to come back in the game.
Andrew Bynum had it taken away momentarily. Now 10 on the shot clock for the Lakers. It has not been a very smooth process for the Lakers. Fish ties it back up. So Derek Fisher with his second try at the game, his first basket to go along with a couple of assists. And we're even at 36. So the next whistle, Kobe will be back into the game because we've got a timeout. On the handoff, Wade, and the length of Andrew Bynum knocked it away, but it went right to Quinn. Chris Quinn gets the three-pointer. He's in his 3rd year out of Notre Dame. A 25-year-old from Dublin, Ohio. And now Phil does want a timeout.
Well, again, the ups and downs of the Lakers. A couple of minutes they play. They got some rhythm going on both ends. And then they go into a lull on both ends. And the opposition makes up the difference. 5:33 to go here in the half. And the Lakers, who once led by 8, trail by 3.
In my life for 16 years, so I'm just enjoying my kids and enjoying life, basically.
It's been a long road for you, but you're not ruling out coming back and playing this year if somebody was to ring you up.
I haven't ruled it out, and I'm staying in shape. I'm trying to keep the shot down so I can come through the end like I normally do and make a shot or two, but I'm just having fun and enjoying it. Somebody calls me up, somebody calls me up. If they don't, I'm still going to enjoy it.
Well, maybe it's the Lakers.
Hey, they got a lot of energy. I still know the plays, so I might go back there and put the old white 5 back on and get back out there.
You do know the plays, and now you had a chance to look at this team at all this year?
Oh, I've been watching a lot of basketball because I want to go into coaching, so I've been watching a lot of things, still on a lot of plays from people. And, right now, the Lakers are the best team in basketball. A lot of people are going to say the Celtics or LeBron and crew, but to me, the Lakers are a complete team because they got a deep bench.
You're going to be a great coach. Now, Shaquille O'Neal was here earlier with Phoenix playing the Clippers. Did you get a chance to see Shaq?
No, I just got here. I came here for the LA Sports Awards show, and I just got here for that, and I haven't had a chance to see anybody. But I just wanted to come to a Lake game, see how it feels to be a fan.
Well, Shaq, he's making his free throws. You know what he's calling himself?
What does he call himself?
Shaq-a-bitch.
Yeah, right. That's only going to last about 2 games, and he'll go back for 2 for 15.
It's so good to see you. Best of luck. Okay.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on the show.
That's Robert Horry, guys.
What a guy. You have to like that man. Shakovich. On the little baby hook, it's Sean Marion after the Lakers got the big 3 in the corner from Radmanovich. So the Lakers down by a point. Fish off the pick. Andrew Bynum trying to clean it up. Right back to Derrico. So the Lakers got what they wanted. Inside of 4, trailing by a point.
That's why I really like these players try to use the glass when you got that little baby jumper there.
Cook, hot at the outset, already has a couple of threes, and that was right on line. He's got a good looking stroke, doesn't he? Stays out. Glad I mentioned it. Bynum with the board, clears it away. So Drew now with 14 points, second rebound of the game.
There's the guy that has to be going offensive for the Lakers.
Kobe's taking one shot. He's made it. Pau Gasol coming up short and is going to struggle for Pau. He is 0 for 6 from the field with a miss. He's got 6 boards and a couple of assists.
I think right now, Kobe's a little consumed with the assist department. He's really looking to make the play for somebody else. The play's going to be there regardless. 3:17 left. Lakers involved in a close one, as they have been of late, as Andrew Bynum leads all scorers with 14 for the game.
Campaign at 47%. Now let's see if he gets some shots up over the final 3:17.
Well, he can get 30. He can get 30 in the second half if he chose. That's how good he is. But I think the balance between scoring and dishing the ball has to be there.
Haslam back out there. And Kobe is called for the foul after Wade tried to create some space. Kobe's in disbelief. He wants to talk it over with Bennett Salvatore.
Well, that's his second foul, and Bennett Salvatore is having nothing to do with it. Says go over and find number 3 again.
Wade gets away on the baseline momentarily. Wade at 35 in the win over the Lakers when they won by 289-87. Chris Quinn, too easy to the basket. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a very strong left hand.
Fortunately, he's not a good finisher. He was there.
1 point game. And Kobe popping up real short from beyond the arc. And good pick. Andrew Bynum for Pau Gasol. And that was designed by Drew.
That was some play from behind. The defender had the inside position, but because of the length of Andrew, he's able to guide the ball to Pau.
Dwayne Wade with 13 points so far. That's 5 of 8 from the field on a fall away. Make it 15 for Dwayne Wade. And everything really looks in rhythm. Comfortable for him right now.
He's in a zone right now. I mean, you can just tell by the way the shot is being released.
How did that go through Wade's hands? Andrew Bynum was walked under the basket by Haslam.
And that's what you cannot allow. I mean, off the ball, you have to make sure you keep the positioning to get defensive rebounds.
Sean Marion barely got to the rim from 15 feet. So the Lakers down by a point. 46-45 after a good start offensively. Ball knocked away, but Andrew Bynum was back there to pick it up. Off the deflection. Fish spacing. 10 on the shot clock. And with a midget inside, Pau Gasol will go to the free throw line. The recognition.
Good job by Radmanovich, because they had that mismatch for quite a while. I'm surprised that Quinn was not screaming for a teammate to come over and take him off the foul, but they didn't, and ends up with a foul and free throws coming to Gasol.
And that look on Chris Quinn's face, and he's far from midget, obviously. He's 6'2". But he had that look on his face. How did I draw the short straw here? He had that.
Well, sometimes you get mismatched. Again, it's up to your teammate and yourself to make sure if you do, there's enough communication that you can get some help, especially now with the rules being changed in the last few years, that you can switch off the ball, you can double team off the ball. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get out of that.
As well, Kobe recovers in time to get back to Wade. And Wade, that's a pass to himself. It's out of bounds anyway. So the Lakers get on the turnover. Turnover under on how many times he hits the deck during a game.
Yeah,
he does hit the floor.
You know, the ball boys like when the Heat play because they don't have to do as much about mopping it up because he's always mopping it up with his uniform. And there's the push-off Kobe wanted that he didn't get. But then Wayne went down and turned it over.
Radmanovic spacing. Fish finds him. Man, Josh Powell after he kept it away from Wade. Off the shin. Out of bounds to the Lakers. An alert play by Josh Powell on the baseline.
And you can see Dwayne Wade trying. He just didn't have enough time. As he was on the baseline, he realized that, he's going to try to throw it off my body. Dwayne tried to back up, just couldn't get away fast enough.
Second offensive rebound for Josh Powell. Lakers are +7 overall on the boards. What a pass. Gasol with Radmanovic. Big guy to make that pass. Fish gets it, but his foot's on the line. He'll take it. It's a 2. 48-46. Lakers by a couple. How do they close the 10?
Well, the most important thing in the last buck 10 is that Kobe doesn't pick up his third.
Good activity at both ends by Radmanovic. Good to see Lottie playing effectively as Quinn over Fisher. I mentioned he's a good shooter. He's a very good shooter in his third season from Notre Dame.
Boy, they are doubling Kobe at every opportunity.
Long pass, Radmanovic with Powell at the high post. Every time with the shot clock, and that's what Kobe was looking at, plus a 2-for-1 for the Lakers. Now the Lakers running out of time. Gasol sees it. Kobe will go with it. The challenge 3. And out of bounds. Off to the side with 32.3 to play. One too many passes for the Lakers that time.
Well, again, every time Kobe gets in an operational zone, that second and sometimes the third defender is coming to give support. Shot clock continues to run, so they may want to run that a little earlier in the clock so they have time for options B, C, and D.
Wade will slow it down. Kobe will finish the half, playing 18 of the first 24 minutes. 3 points, 6 assists. He's only taken 3 shots, though. Daquan Cook, quick catch and shoot. Don't leave the shooter, by the way. 3-point lead for Miami in the final shot of the half coming up for the Lakers. So Cook off the bench with 11. And he had double figures off the bench as they have do they have a foul to give? No. Haslem. And they had 4 on the board, and it is the second of the final 2.
See, that may have confused the players, but I doubt whether Haslem looked up to see the clock. Well, I'm sure somebody must have yelled something from
on the bench that you got a foul to get.
Well, again, the bench, one of the people on the bench, whether it's an assistant coach or the athletic trainer, they keep track of the foul, so they shouldn't have to look at the clock to know the situation.
So Kobe going to the free throw line for the first time tonight. He's got 4 points. And the Lakers down by 2. And Miami, do they have that 20 that they can't carry over anyway? If Kobe makes it to advance the basketball and then get a decent look with 4.5 to play. No.
That'll level him off.
Final shot. Wade losing the handle. Radmanovic instead slings it. Not too far off as he got it to the glass. So the Lakers go to the break down by a point.
There's a great example of how Dwayne Wade is so clever at getting around a double team.
So too many turnovers. Lakers have to clean that up.